both games in the series at home. What's worse is after you lose, Ty Lue, Paul George, no biggie. Nothing to see here. No concern. Really? I've got eyes. I can see you can't stop Luka and you're down 0-2. I've got eyes. I can read. I know your history. Remember, the Clippers tanked the last two games to meet this team. And Paul George said last year, hey, we just need time together. All righty. You've got it. And now it's 0-2. The Clippers need to look themselves in the mirror. After last year, they blamed Doc Rivers. You are fired. Now he is coaching the number one seed in the East, and he has apparently been able to solve the matrix of Embiid and Simmons don't get along. And then they blame the bubble. Well, we don't have a bubble. And the Lakers won in the bubble, and you eroded. And they blame time. We just need time together. All right, they've had time together. And then it was Lou Williams' fault. And Montrezl Harrell. All right, they're gone too. And you've lost 5 straight playoff games. They're all gone. How's it feel this morning? You got to sort of look yourself in the mirror. Because I'll tell you what time doesn't solve. Paul George erratic history in the playoffs and Kawhi Leonard's lack of leadership DNA. Time does not solve those. And you know what's funny is that the Clippers don't have a history of winning. The Lakers, same building, have a history of greatness. And so when the Clippers were purchased by Steve Ballmer, they don't really have a book on how to do this right. They went out and said, let's just get 2 really talented guys. Does anybody love us? Okay, 2 guys fell in love with us. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. We want to be loved. We've never been loved. We want to be loved. 2 guys love us. Come on in. But the Lakers don't operate that way. The Lakers have always had great players. But the Lakers have only won titles when the great players were leaders. Wilt wasn't a leader. Jerry West was. They won a title. Kareem wasn't really a go-to leader. It was more Magic. Then for a decade, they won a bunch of titles. And then there's Kobe. And then there's LeBron and leaders. The Lakers, lots of players have fallen in love with the Lakers. Lots of players have fallen in love. But the Lakers have a history. They know what wins titles. When the greatest player is a leader. The Clippers just had 2 guys fall in love with them. Nobody ever falls in love with the Clippers. So they just said, come on board. And didn't really consider the leadership component. And you can see Rondo last night, who won titles with the Lakers last year and with Boston. You see him barking at Ty Lue. You see him barking at players. Because he can see the truth. This team doesn't have a leader. They're rudderless, but they're talented. And, so this idea that everything's okay, it's no big deal, we're going to get past this. I think Rondo's looking around and seeing what you're seeing and I'm seeing. And what does Steve Ballmer think of this? He owns the team, bought it for twice the value, reportedly. The Clippers spent $64 million on Luke Kennard. He was a DNP last night. And on Marcus Morris, they spent $64 million too, and he's ineffective. So Steve Ballmer's thinking, man, I wrote a lot of checks. One of the guys isn't playing. One of the guys is not effective. The 2 guys I thought were great aren't leaders. Ty Lue can't solve what Doc Rivers couldn't solve. I think there's a tension and an anxiety around the Clippers this morning, and it is not okay. Although Paul George, after, said it was all okay.
There is a competition. We got to rise to the occasion. Fact of the matter is, if we don't, we're done for. But there's no level of concern. I mean, we just got to play our game. We got to play through this. We got to incorporate our defense. Luka's gonna get his touches. We just got to do a better job defensively of just quieting everyone else.
If I was a Clipper executive this morning, I would update my LinkedIn. I would polish off my resume. It is not okay in the eyes of Steve Ballmer. All right, coming up next. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. Series. I had a restless night's sleep. So Anthony Davis was not only fantastic, but super aggressive. He doesn't always play like that. Dennis Schroeder may have played his best game as a Laker, certainly his best playoff game. It's not even close. Okay, he was great last night. Andre Drummond was super effective, and LeBron played well. And we held on to beat Phoenix in trouble in the fourth, and Chris Paul wasn't around in the end. And I'm not sure Chris Paul's got more than 50% of him right now. I mean, he's not playing in crunch time minutes. What does that tell you? Phoenix is a tough first rounder. Remember, they're a 2 seed. The Lakers last year won the championships facing 5 seeds and 9 seeds and 3 seeds. That's the downside to being a 7 seed for the Lakers. Your toughest matchup, maybe your first matchup. I mean, they would get the Blazers or Nuggets next. They match up well with those teams. Now Jamal Murray's out. After that, it'd be the Clippers who can't play late, or Dallas that plays no defense, or it'd be Utah. Lakers match up very well with Utah. But Phoenix, Phoenix has an answer for a lot of what the Lakers offer. I guess the upside is KCP gave you Zippo. Alex Caruso gave you Zippo. Kyle Kuzma gave you Zippo. And all of them have talent and are generally semi-productive, and none of them were last night, so I'd feel good about that. But Anthony Davis, that's as aggressive as I've ever seen him play. And Dennis Schroeder was crazy town good. He was fantastic. And can you get that AD again? Let's be honest about AD. We know he's good, but can I get that AD 4 more times in the series? How about just 3? Because if they do, they'll win. But remember why AD was so great last night. Because he was so bad in game 1 and everybody called him soft on every show, every newspaper article, every blogger, everybody in the world. He's soft. So he's motivated. Well, is he going to be motivated after a performance like last night? He's not LeBron James. He's not Michael Jordan. He's not self-motivated. He needs a poke. So never forget this. The Lakers are 11-0 in Anthony Davis's best playoff games as a Laker. 11-0. They're 500 in the rest. And so this Phoenix team, last year in the bubble, the Lakers got a little bit of a break. They faced a 9 seed, a 5 seed, a 3 seed, and a 5 seed. Well, Phoenix is a 2 seed, and they're really good. This series, before it started, may have been as simple as this. AD has a history of getting hurt. LeBron came in less than 100%. Chris Paul has a history of getting hurt in the playoffs. It may have been just this simple. Which star gets hurt first? And the answer was Chris Paul. And that may decide the series. Because this morning, I think if Chris Paul's healthy, Phoenix is up 2-0 and creates a major matchup issue. I mean, good luck stopping Devin Booker. Phoenix matches up really well with the Lakers. Really well. But not as well when Chris Paul's not around in the fourth quarter. As far as Anthony Davis, after the game, we know that if he plays like last night, the series is over. He's a dominant player. Last year in the bubble, on his best nights, Lakers were 10-0 in the bubble when he had his best nights. Now they're 1-0 in the playoffs when he has his best night. Here's AD after.
In order for us to win a series, to win games, I can't have that performance. So I put it on myself, as all leaders do. And I want to make sure that I made a statement this game, come out with more energy, more effort on both ends of the floor. Just trusting my work, getting back in the gym, seeing the ball go through the net, and it paid off tonight.
Can we get that again? All right. The Herd brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. Now let's talk Clippers. It's one thing